Perry joins us right now. Dan is the publisher of the Ask Questions Later on Substack, former AP chief in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Always good to have you on, Dan. So one of the things I didn't mention there, but I mentioned a few minutes ago, is that you'll have so many world leaders. I think I have that on the tablet right now, the possible seating chart of the world leaders tomorrow, that this becomes something of a political event as well. Not Prince William, but when you have former president, current president, you have Volodymyr Zelensky, not far from each other. Will there be some politics done, I think is what a lot of people are wondering.
Well, it would be unseemly to do it in a manner too transparent, but of course
Yes.
You have Trump there, so perhaps what is seemly may not be necessarily what comes to pass. This is Trump's first international trip since his return to office, and it has been a very action-packed return to office. Look, it's a diplomatic minefield over there at the Vatican because Trump is at loggerheads with most of America's allies who view him as nothing short of a global emergency. And there he will be. And if that isn't enough, I believe Biden will be there as well.
Yeah.
And Volodymyr Zelensky. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential. There's potential to do good also because the world currently is facing a whole number of crises in the Middle East and Ukraine on tariffs and trade, and so much actual good could be done by the fact that the Pope's passing brings them all together. I don't want to be naive and suggest that that will resolve everything. I think this is an event to be survived.
The rhetoric, though, hasn't been encouraging, has it? Separate from the Pope's funeral, of course, but between Trump and Zelensky this week, I mean, where do you think we are when it comes to Ukraine?
No. Look, I think where we are is what I've been saying for some months. I expect a very major sellout of Ukraine to happen, and we see it happening. You see Witkoff in Moscow, the music, the karma behind that trip is, and there's numerous meetings with Putin, is very good. Meanwhile, Trump this week again, essentially in his interview with Time magazine, accused Zelensky of starting the war, and has more than suggested that Ukraine will have to forgo not just Crimea, but 20% of its territory. That clearly is the peace plan that they are building. This is very difficult for Ukraine, and it really, really looks like a fire sale of the Zelensky of the Ukraine, which will harm the Zelensky regime. The Americans are also suggesting that they may want to force elections upon Ukraine during the war. No one's talking about forcing elections upon Moscow, and the Europeans, who will be with Putin, with Trump at this funeral, are looking upon this in stupefaction, because it's not just a question of Ukraine, but potentially of Trump setting fire to the entire transatlantic alliance.
Yeah, and that works into the trade war that's going on. What are you picking up from European leaders, thought leaders, newspapers, everything about President Trump now when you put all of that together? What have people been saying?
They're obviously hoping that all of this is not just madness, but some sort of negotiation, and in the end, the tariffs will be mostly reversed. Of particular concern is what seems to be Trump's obsession with maximal tariffs upon China. If indeed that happens and China responds in kind, that will set off inflation all over the world because of supply chains. And so, I mean, we're headed in that case towards a recession for sure, potentially depression. They can't believe that the United States is needlessly provoking this. So I'm not the bearer of good news. I mean, the Europeans are looking upon all of this with amazement.
We were talking about the freight numbers earlier. I think some of that got to the president with the retail CEOs that came, but we'll see if there's any kind of a real move to pull back. Thank you, Dan, as always. Dan Perry. All right.